All right, everything's nice and dry, and I did decide I want to go ahead and glue down this little bit of string. So what I'm going to do is just make a little, I don't know, pile, I guess, of glue. I don't want, every bit of it to be glued down. I want it to still appear to be a little bit loose. I'm going to have to add a little more over top of those two. I almost took that lid off with my mouth. And my dentist wonders why my teeth are in such bad shape. Okay, so that's going to need to, oops, dropped glue on my kitty. Got to get that off of there. That's going to need to set up a bit. My fingers are sticky with glue. And I'm going to need to get the glue off my kitty. And more glue that I just added. I don't know why. Okay, it's time to adhere my our cutout down. And typically I would probably adhere it down with glue stick, but in this case, since I've got the glue out and I'm using it for the rest of the page, for other page elements anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and use the white glue. So I'm just going to put a generous, I'm trying to get it to come out of the bottle thin, so I hold the bottle straight up and kind of push down as I go, and that way I get a little bit of a thinner application. I'm going to leave the whiskers to do their own thing. I'm not going to put glue on them. I think that'll be cute, and I think that, as I'm flipping through the journal in the, days and years to come, they'll move and wrinkle and that sort of thing. So, yeah, you can see everything. I'm just gonna, like I said, put glue over everything or the whole thing. Probably way over gluing it. It's not like someone's gonna come in and start picking at it, but might as well. I have the glue, right? Okay, so now the challenge is to keep that tail just like a typical cat. Keep that tail from whacking me and covering me with glue. So I'm going to get a hold of it, I think, like this. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just going to get glue on me. Because I'm not really too concerned about placement, but I want it kind of down in this bottom corner a bit so that this, looks quite a, more like flooring. I mean, it's quite abstract, obviously. And I was thinking about it. It probably would have looked really awesome if I had gone with paper that looked like wood, like, planked flooring. That would have been pretty cool, but I didn't think of it. And I like the pink. I'm in a pink mood ever since my grandbaby Madison was born. I'm all about pink now. I loved pink before, so it's not just Maddie. So now I'm just obviously using my card, spreading out the glue, getting my little cutout secured down. Staying away from their whiskers so I don't rip them off. Which has been my fear this entire process. Awesome. I love it. I think he's so cool. I'm not sure that, if you hadn't seen, the process, if you just saw the page, if you would be able to figure out easily or quickly how this was done. You might just think it was a printed graphic. I think that's pretty neat. I definitely see me using this idea in the future. I think it would be really awesome to just make some pages that are, convenient, either like 8 by 10, 8.5 by 11, or even, just full journal size pages. Instead of throwing away, old magazines or junk mail, cutting them and finding a better way, by the way, to cut the strips. I was thinking about it, and if you have one of those rolling cutters, That probably would have been the like fastest way. Well, the fastest way again would be a shredder that doesn't cross cut, so that just cuts strips. And I have no idea what happened to my shredder. I did actually own a shredder before the move, and I don't know where it went. Maybe I gave it to my daughter, or maybe I threw it away. I do think my mom has a shredder too, though. I'm not sure if hers cross cuts or not. I know the newer ones pretty much do, and some of the older ones don't. But anyway, that would be another way if you didn't have a shredder like that, would be to use one of those. My mom uses them for quilting all the time. For the life of me, I can't think of a rotary cutter. A rotary cutter would have been probably a lot faster because you could have just kept moving along. Okay, so I'm talky lately. I think I'm just so happy because all the video problems are over that I just get a little excited. Now, the only thing that I kind of really want to do is I do sort of want to play around a little bit with just doodling, how do I say it, mostly on the top of it up here. And then I want to do my journaling on the lines down here, I think. I don't really think I want to do anything over top of my cutout. I really am just, I'm very happy with it. So at least because this is the first one I've actually done in my journal, I'm probably not going to actually journal over him. But I do want to get my stencils back out, and I'm going to go with the smaller, well, no, I think I'm going to go with the bigger one, actually. I like to draw within them, and, oh, why is that really, oh, my background piece is really flipping up. I like to, use markers and draw inside of them. I'm going to try to keep my marker colors reasonably limited. Looking for something that's going to resemble turquoise, since I don't actually, no one makes a turquoise marker. What's up with that, right? I bought this marker because it was supposed to be turquoise, but it's really dark. It says turquoise. We'll try that one out. I'm just worried about using it on a painted surface since these markers are so sensitive. But let's give it a try. I hate when caps don't go on the ends. Attention marker makers. Put caps that, always make caps that fit on the ends. Alright, so let's give it a shot. We'll see how dark it is. Oh, it does look kind of turquoise here. I don't know what my problem was. Okay, so I'm just going to add just a little bit more, not, too much. I said it again. Not a lot. Just a little. This way it just kind of brings my turquoise, makes my turquoise pop out a little, which is kind of what I want. And at the same time, I get a little more of a, messy mixed media sort of feel, which is kind of what I wanted. I do want to outline a couple of them, though, with the finer tip. I just have to remember not to press too hard with these markers. I don't want to pick up so much of this paint that I ruin them. I think that's probably enough. Just do one or two over here. You can tell I'm like really kind of random about doing that sort of thing. I don't think a lot about it before I just slap it down and do it. And the reasoning behind that is the less planned something is usually, the better it looks. And the simpler you can keep things not overthinking. When I say simple, I mean, not overthinking things. The more interesting, I'm trying to figure out how I want to say it. The more interesting it tends to be, because you get that feeling from it that it's more organic. Oh, I just put my hand in that glue. there that was holding my little piece of string. And I just want to brighten this up over here a little. It's kind of a little dark with all that teal, and I have to watch my fingers. I have to, you know, pick a finger. I can only do 5 colors. After that, I have to switch hands. Me and my dorky humor. Okay. Done, done, done. I'm going to make it so busy that it's going to be distracting. Oh, wait. I'm never done, am I? I do want to outline just 1 or 2 over here as well. And you can see that I'm kind of going up to the little cutout, but not over it. And my reason is I want it to look more like it's, you know, in the background. I want him to be obviously what has the most attention. He's in the, you know, the absolute foreground. Okie dokie. So I'm going to journal, and I think I'm just going to use a black. Should I use black? Yeah, I'm going to use a black gel pen, and I'll try to not, you know, get too crazy or take too long with it. I'm going to give this a little title. I'll probably play around with this with some more markers, not just leave it this thin black. We'll see. Alrighty, let's see, what do I want to do with this? I'm gonna, I'll have to mute this in the video, but I'm gonna dry this really quickly. I can't really heat gun this glue dry because of that tape. The tape crinkles and wrinkles when you try to hit it with a heat gun. So I just hit it a tiny bit, but I'm just going to play around with color by using both pink and teal combination and filling in all the open little circles or bubbles or whatever you want to call them. And you know what? I do have a single turquoise, true turquoise marker, which happens to be, and it might be intending to be light blue. They don't put colors on their markers, but it looks turquoise to me when I use it, so I'm using it. Okay. I didn't fill that one in because I didn't close it when I was drawing it or writing it. And then I'm going to get a white gel pen, hopefully. My white gel pens are, I don't know if I need to get new ones or what. Again, heat gun, sorry about that. they're not writing, can't tell if they're empty. It's so hard to tell with these when they're empty. I think these might be simply empty, and that's the problem. I just want to make this messy. It doesn't like to write. You know what? I'm frustrated. I'm just going to get a brandy one out. You might think I have a problem with throwing away white gel pens because I went to get a new one and I realized I have like 30 of them out. So I better just... Oh, I did it again. I keep putting my arm in that glue. Gonna ruin it. I just want to make this nice and messy. You know me. I crave the messiness. It's gonna get hard to read though, I think. Starting to feel like it's gonna be hard to read. So I think what I'm gonna do is get a thicker black marker. And just try to go, I'm going to try to go just along the black lines. Kind of as obliterating most of that white that I just put down, but that's okay because I want to be able to read it more than make it artsy. All right, I can always go over it with white again later on. I'm not going to, you know, bother to do that right now. And then I think I'm just going to do some of my little dots just because I kind of want to bring that black that I put in, now that I've put black, that, you know, thick, deep black in. I kind of want that to run around the page a bit. Just so it doesn't seem too out of place. And I do a lot of that in my journal. You know, I do a lot where I will make a decision, go for it, you know, like I did with that, and then think, that doesn't quite fit, and then just try to incorporate it, you know, just find ways to make it fit, make it work. So when you put something down and you think, oh boy, I shouldn't have done that, instead of, you know, especially if it's kind of in a permanent way, instead of freaking out and stressing out about it, think of ways that you can then incorporate something else or make an edit or a change that will make it fit in, you know, nicely with what you've already got going on. I think that makes sense. Cool. All right. I know that this one seems like it's kind of short, but I just, I adore this page, and I'm really not sure. I'm going to add some white in the same way. Let's see, I know I have one of these markers in white. What I did with it. Sorry for all the noise, I'm digging. Digging. I absolutely have way too many markers. My marker situation has completely gotten out of control. Alright, well I can't find my white one, so I have a white Posca. That's not been opened before, so I can't use that. I've got a white Sharpie. I'll see if that'll work. I just prefer the Poscas now. Oh, and there's a really good reason why right there. I'm just going to leave it and let it dry. I don't have these problems with the Poscas. I hate to malign my favorite Sharpie people, but honestly, I think they need to modernize their products a little or something, because I don't think they're keeping up. the crowd. My next marker purchase will be the Liquitex paint markers. I use a lot of Liquitex paint. Actually, I wish Daler Rowney System 3 would come out with paint markers. Dude, I'd totally buy them. I love their paint. But I also love the Liquitex paints. Those are a big favorite of mine. I'm going to wipe that off. It looks terrible. Thank goodness there was a white, few white glazed layers over this, or washes, so that I could do that. Now I'm just looking to make sure I haven't missed any places where I put the black dots and haven't put white ones. Am I done? Yeah, okay, awesome. I'm done. I'm going to leave my page just like this. I know that, you know, comparatively, these videos were probably shorter for this page than they are for most of the other pages, but this one just came together so quick and easy, and I loved every bit of it. It, you know, definitely something I'm going to do again. So I will see you guys tomorrow with our next page.